Hey guys, and welcome back to Trials and Tribulations. In the last part, we started Iris's final testimony, and now we shall take care of it. So, other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move a body, or move the body. So I must have just gotten confused. Was the snow still falling, or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there isn't a way to cross a burning bridge? Well, I almost did. Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way across.
Mr. Wright, don't you think that sounds a bit silly? ...
Exclamation point.
A dead body crossing a burning bridge. Did anyone actually witness such a thing?
Huh. If there was, I don't think you'd call someone like that a witness. Stupid coffee drink. After all, a dream isn't the same thing as actually seeing something. I've come all this way, so I owe it to everyone to figure this out. How do you transport a body across a burning bridge? Even if I don't know the exact answer yet, it's okay. I'll start by examining all my evidence and see where that takes me. I gotta be like a shark. If I don't keep moving, I'm as good as dead. What the hell? Okay. Whatever that means. Alright. Let's see. Evidence. So, okay. Nakama, Occult, Sakura Temple. Okay, none of this really relates to the bridge. Okay, that does. It relates to the bridge, but I don't know if it... Never mind. I got it.
Objection!
You'll see where I'm going with this. A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out that possibility. What? Huh. You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. Oh, too late, I already just did. Anyway, the only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Preposterous! That's kind of funny. Who is it? Who is this witness? I can't chicken out here. I gotta keep on the attack and go, go, go. Miss Elise Donham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Larice Donham. Brilliant? Highly gifted?
Apprentice?
Remember what he said in his testimony. That night he was at the Mountain Shack, Heavenly Hall, and that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Well, Wright, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm gonna prove it. Okay. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? Upside down? Why did Goto say that? Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whiskerface is gonna forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. The sketch drawn by Larice Donham is... This sketch drawn by Larice Donham is a complete contradiction. Something is obviously funny about this sketch. I'm no art critic, but even I can see that. No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Larice Donham stated it over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, that the sketch contradicts reality as we know it.
It contradicts reality?
Huh. This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger-pointing thing again. Okay, Trite, so what exactly contradicts reality as we know it? Oh. would be the wires.
Take that!
It's this wire connected to the bridge. The wire? Is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality. Okay. Alright, let me think. It would be this. I hope? Because it's obvious what we're trying to prove here now. Yeah, let's do this.
Take that!
Okay, good. That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes. Now, compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. Or, you know what I mean. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge, jumping Jehoshaphat! The wires are below the guard wires. What? Okay, that was faked. Order, order, order! The sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
Or perhaps he just drew it wrong.
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Reese, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility, but then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Maurice said he was... Wait, remember what Maurice was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Maurice must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back. I can't see how it relates. But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. Ah! Ugh, no way. Maurice Donham witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. Smack, smack, smack. So then, this sketch should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view the Maurice Donham sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum. Ridiculous! Smack, smack, smack. Order, order, order!
Objection!
Of all the things to say, a pendulum? The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found in the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side, and a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Objection!
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you'd need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you'd have to plan ahead.
Objection!
Lightning strike at night. Wait. Hang on, wait. The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident. So it doesn't make sense that the criminal would have been prepared for the rope beforehand. So then, the criminal... They didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them, right in front of the criminal. What? I'm saying that was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum? It would be, okay. I think it would probably be this, considering it shows what was used. I hope I'm not wrong.
Take that!
Okay, good. Because I knew, like, the thing is, half of the time in this game, you know what you need to prove, you just don't know what you need to present and where you need to present it to actually prove it. That's the problem. But anyway, and the meaning of this is, if you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. Ah! This is one of the wires from the bridge. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Donim's body. They're pretty lucky it just happened to let go at the right time, because there was simply no other way to move the body. Let me guess. Drink? Huh. Glug, 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 glug. Okay, there's not that much coffee in your freaking cup. Mr. Godo? It seems that Mr. Godo is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high, so I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection!
Oh, now you're done drinking, huh? Oh, there's no way there was still coffee left in the cup. Come on. Anyway, possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Wright, I wonder if he can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that his body was swung over like a pendulum? Well... I guess? Well, okay, wait. The crystal sphere was found at the edge of the body. It came from the victim's staff. Found on an outcropping near Dusky Bridge on the Hazakura Temple side. This must be it.
Take that!
Yep, aha. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see that it's the one that was in front of the inner temple. So then, that was the spot with the criminal? Yes, precisely. Now, let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would go like that. Whee! And it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank.
What? What makes you think something like that happened?
Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance.
What kind of evidence?
Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to the forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose.
That's...
Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off of Miss Elise Donim's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found. Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal sphere was found... Ah! Precisely, Your Honor. The very spot where a pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. We are so good! This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Mr. Wright! What's your problem, man? I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godo? Stop drinking coffee! It's very unhealthy to drink that much. That was a dark and bitter guess you made, Trite. But you forgot about one thing. Oh, and what would that be? The aroma. Huh? Stop drinking. Thank you. The coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak coffee-nese. Can you elaborate a little more? Coffee-nese, I like that. If the criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice laying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trite? Mr. Godo is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice. Very well, then. If you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the night of Hazakura Temple's murder mystery thingy, whatever? Okay, who was the person? I think Gumshoe did know. Let's see. It was Morgan Fay. She broke out of prison and did it. Well, we established before that Iris never really went to the Inner Temple, and that was Dahlia, who was channeled. And Iris doesn't have any spiritual power, so she never went to the Inner Temple, so the only other person it could have been was Iris. So it must be Iris.
Take that!
She did help with the cover-up. It can only be you, Sister Iris.
Huh? But I
don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Objection!
That's right. Were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie shut up! God, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Was on cleanup duty in the Inner Temple Garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
Objection!
I haven't forgotten. But have you, Mr. Godo? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony?
mention what?
The pendulum, of course. Using this sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known.
No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum.
But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help, so you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with.
What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
Objection!
Are you serious, Wright? You mean this woman is... There's no one besides Iris that could have received that corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach during this trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand. Her real name is...
Take that!
I never thought I'd have to utter your name again. Let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Hawthorne? Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh yes, I remember now. That case, 5 years ago. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine. Wait, hey, he had hair that time? I thought he didn't have hair. Anyway, the honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. But, according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month. So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom. What? Order! Order! Order!
Wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of...
Objection!
You, of all people, should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of Karain channeling technique flows within that body. The Karain channeling technique? Now, where have I heard that? That's right, you're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy the Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? Well, if you're gonna put things that way, then yes.
Objection!
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens?
Objection!
Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions.
What's that?
These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple. 2 of them? Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. That means that Iris was at dinner that means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris. And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection!
Do you even know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans to talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris. What? How do you know that, huh? Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini and the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by a pendulum. That's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. Can't deny any of that.
Oh, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced.
Something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the Iris here is the same one from the other night. Huh. I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous? Like, the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places? Switched places? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, which means they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne? Yeah. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh? Explain yourself. Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that? I'm sorry, I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris the chance to move freely about was... where is he? There he is. Edgeworth.
Take that!
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not? An earthquake? Yes, we know. You don't have to... Earthquake! Oh my goodness! The inner temple! This kind of tremor might... Yes, we know. Thank you. God, you don't need to remind us that. How could I have... She fled. She escaped. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling and... Be quiet. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. That voice! Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Dahlia Hawthorne. And my current profession? Permanently retired. So you're not gonna bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. What is going on here? Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time I'll end it. For her and for myself.